Hare Krishna, Mataji's Dandats Pranam. So we'll say our prayers and we will begin our journey with Gopakumar. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadhi Pashyatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I will go ahead and share my screen, and today is a little complicated topic. If you feel like you did not understand, don't worry. That's how the topic itself is. It's a little kind of hi-fi topic where he's traveling, but it's okay. We will understand the gist though. So we left at 72. Sorry, the page is loading. Yes, Shri Gaurangi Mataji, we are ready. 72. You could start, Shri Gaurangi Mataji. She's not there, maybe. Shri Gaurangi Mataji, are you there?
Yes, Mataji, I just got disconnected, but I'm, yeah. Text 72?
72.
Yeah. Oh, Krishna, what happened now? That world is attainable only by unbroken celibacy. Its residents, their semen retained, flowing upward, feel a constant peace and happiness millions of times greater than enjoyed by the progenitors of the universe.
This is about the Tapa Loka, about the Sanat Kumaras, where they are. We are talking about that Loka now. So it's the word itself is Tapa. So it's the Tapa Loka where they're all meditating. Amritanandini.
Especially for householders like us, that person is worthy of worship as much as the Lord of Sacrifice himself, for he has renounced all material duties.
Right. So what happened here is not only the Lord is being worshipped, but the persons who are there are themselves worshipable. So that is the greatness of this Tapaloka. Gayatri Mataji, are you there?
Yes, Mataji. Can you hear me, Mataji?
No.
Is it volume is very low, Mataji?
Yeah, now we can hear faintly.
Okay. Sri Gopakumara said, I then wonder, indeed, what kind of happiness do they enjoy on Tapaloka? How many more are there like him? And what kind of Lord do they worship?
So he only saw one of the Sanat Kumaras. So he's like, who are those people who are living in Tapaloka? And he wants to see now. His eagerness is developing to go to Tapaloka. Leela Madhuri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Eager to see all those persons for myself, I chanted my mantra with fixed attention. Thus, gaining great potency, I quickly traveled to the world.
Jai. Nahin Sundari Mataji.
There I saw that same Sanat Kumara and the blessed Sanaka, the Sanandana, and the fourth brother Sanatan.
So now he saw all the brothers together there. Jai. Priya Madhvi Mataji, are you there? Priya Madhvi Mataji. If she's not there, then it is Lakshmi Mataji. I'm not even sure if she is there. Hare Krishna. Anita Mataji, are you there? I'm just going to call out names, whoever is there. If Anita Mataji is not there, Ritu Mataji, no Ritu Mataji, then Sashikala Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
So the residents of Tapaloka who appeared similar to the Kumaras were honoring the four brothers. The Kumaras were enjoying among themselves a long discussion incomprehensible to persons like me.
Thank you, Mataji. So he is not able to understand what they are all conversing. Sujana Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Though they did not have the distinguishing attributes of God, from seeing those brothers on Tapaloka, I felt an intense, spontaneous joy. Commentary. Gopakumara usually derived his happiness only from seeing the Lord of the universe, but he was delighted to see the Kumaras because of their intimate connection with the Lord. Even though they did not have four arms like Lord Vishnu or display his infinite powers, because of the greatness of Tapaloka, seeing Sanat Kumara and his brothers, there was more blissful for Gopakumara than seeing Sanat on Maharloka. In general, a situation is glorious when the place and time are glorious, as well as the persons involved.
Like we feel when we see the deities in the temple Radha Gopi Channa Vallabha, we feel more happy than seeing the picture of them at our house, right? So something like that, a small comparison that when they're seeing the people of Tapaloka itself, he's feeling great happiness in their house Tapaloka than what he saw in Maharloka. Vasant Rasa Mataji.
When they went off to their respective places to observe themselves in meditation, I started wandering, searching as always for the Lord of the universe.
So all these places, one form of the Lord he saw. Now here is the twist here. He's trying to search where is that form. Is he going to be physically here? What form is he going to be here? But he's not able to find the Lord of the universe in Tapaloka. So what is happening is the mystery here. Vallabi Gopi.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, yes.
Not seeing him anywhere, I tried to inquire of the great sages, but as I stood before them offering prayers and obeisances, they did not even look at me.
Because they are so immersed in their tapasya. They are in that samadhi state. So Sirisha Mataji, are you there today?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Virtually everyone there was fixed in samadhi. Is this the one, Mataji?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. They were all self-satisfied, lifelong celibates, full in the achievement of all desires and served by mystic perfections.
Commentary, could you read, Mataji?
Yeah, yes, Mataji. Occasionally, the residents of Tapaloka have philosophical meetings or worship the Supreme, but otherwise they remain externally disengaged. Nothing in the outside world attracts them.
So they're always, most of the time, they are in a samadhi state. And a few times they open their eyes and they have some nice discussions about the Lord. So this is what was happening in Tapaloka. Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mata.
Hare Krishna.
This time my constant desire to see the Supreme Lord was ungratified, and indeed by the influence of the company of the sages, it seemed to dwindle almost to nil.
Has anyone not read, or I did not call somebody's name yet? I'm sorry if.
Yeah,
Mataji,
Mataji.
I joined, but I want to listen today, Mataji.
Okay, sure,
Thank you.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you,
Mataji. This is
Mataji.
Payal. So,
Yes, Payal. Would you like to read just the highlighted ones and the bold ones first?
yes.
Thank you for
Nonetheless,
joining. Hurry up.
nonetheless, I stayed there for some time, attracted by the display of great power. Out of respect of my guru's order, because of I had seen how effective my mantras was, I kept on chanting.
And also this commentary. Yeah.
The atmosphere of Tapaloka weakened weakened by Gop Kumara's resolve thus to see the Lord, but still he preserved in chanting his japa. His guru had ordered him never to stop chanting, and Gopakumara did not want to be ungrateful by the disobeying.
Yes. So the same word ungrateful, he doesn't want to be. Jai.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Can I also read?
Yes, please. Yes, Richa Mataji. I am really sorry for not calling. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thanks to the peaceful bliss in my heart that the nature of that place inspired, I chanted my mantra even more attentively than before. Thus, my desire to see the Lord actually increased. Commentary. At first, the refined atmosphere of Tapaloka seemed to affect Gop Kumara negatively. The pervasive mood of self-satisfaction seemed to reduce his desire to have the company of the Supreme Lord. But that same peace of mind characteristic of Tapaloka gradually helped him improve his chanting, and then the mantra exerted its own influence. As ghee poured on a fire seems momentarily to extinguish the fire, but then gives it new life. The atmosphere of Tapaloka only briefly decreased Gop Kumara's desire to see the Lord of the universe.
I guess this commentary was very self-explanatory, like how Tapaloka has so much influence on his own chanting of the mantra that it became more intense, like he could do his own chanting very nicely. Jai. Has anyone else not read? Okay.
Can I read, Mataji?
Who is this?
Nirumat.
Yes, Nirumat.
The sage Piplayana noticed that I eagerly desired to go to Nilachal to see Lord Jagannath, who lives there, always resplendent. The sage then spoke to me.
Jai. So still Jagannath is his Lord of his heart so far. He's not able to forget the Lord. Anyone else who joined? Sri Pipalayana said, "Why do you want to leave this exalted place and go somewhere else? And why are you wandering around just to see Supreme Lord with your eyes?" So Pipalayana is now coming to a point like, why do you want to see with your eyes, which are material anyways? So that's where the key point is. Now is the twist happening. So Shri Gaurangi Mataji, please go ahead.
You should concentrate your mind in meditation. Then you will naturally see the Lord everywhere, within and without, as if always before you in person.
So he's saying, try to meditate in your mind to see the Lord. And that is the challenge for now.
Lord Vasudeva, the Supreme Soul, the embodiment of eternity, knowledge, and bliss, reveals himself in the thoroughly purified heart and nowhere
Else, yeah. So even by chanting what we are doing, we are trying to clean our heart, right? So that's the point he's trying to bring. Gayatri.
Then, with nothing else going on in the mind, direct vision of Lord Hari with one's eyes takes place in the heart.
When the mind gets purified, you can directly see the Lord in your heart, he's saying.
When the mind is happy, all the senses are automatically happy. For the functions of the senses Speech, vision, hearing, and so on are included within those of the mind.
Without the functions of the mind, the functions of all the senses are useless. For even if one acts, one's deeds will be as if never performed, because the self will be unable to perceive them.
So he's stressing on the point of
Mind.
to focus the mind on the Lord. Lakshmi Mataji, are you there today? If not, Anita Mataji. Anita Mataji, are you there? Hare Krishna. I felt like I saw you. Anita Mataji, are you there? Would you like to read? I see your name, but okay. Sashikala Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Is it
If the Lord, 92. 92, yeah.
92, okay, Mataji. If the Lord, out of compassion for his devotees, sometimes reveals himself to their eyes, that vision actually occurs by the power of the mind. One only imagines the eyes to be the seers.
This commentary is very important, so please go ahead, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. But didn't devotees like Dhruva and Prahalada see the Supreme Lord directly with their eyes? Aren't those devotees famous for having seen the Lord in person? Yes, the Lord made himself visible to those great devotees out of fatherly affection to fulfill the purpose of their eyes. But in fact, Pippalayana says the devotees beheld those revelations through pure consciousness, not through the physical eyes. Because the scope of our physical sight is narrow with our eyes, we are unable to perceive an object that has no limits.
Yeah, we'll stop there, Mataji. The point is, he's trying to say that they were purified. That's how they could use the material eyes to see. But it was their mind that was perceiving the Lord. Sujana Mataji.
And even if by the power of his mercy he becomes visible to external eyes, the bliss that arises from seeing him has its natural source in the heart.
Vasantrasa Mataji.
That bliss later continues in the heart even after the Lord is no longer visible to the eyes. Thus, the worthy receiver of that bliss is the mind alone.
Here he's trying to really stress on the point of mind. Some more, Mataji, from the commentary, if you could read.
Sight is one of the knowledge acquiring senses. So, why should it be unable to generate and sustain pleasure? The answer, according to self-realized authorities, is that the most suitable agent to receive the pleasure of seeing the Supreme Lord in the mind. The mind is analogous to the most reliable minister of the king, a minister who alone in the king's entourage can be entrusted with the care of a most precious object.
Yeah, I'm going to let Nayan Sundari Mataji handle calling the names so that I don't mess up every time that I do.
Vallavi Gopi Mataji.
Yeah.
Vallavi Gopi Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Sorry, Mataji.
Sorry, please read.
As much as the mind becomes peaceful, to that extent its pleasure grows. No external sense can feel such expanding pleasure.
Sirisha Mataji. Sirisha Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Please read.
Yeah. When the Lord expands his special mercy, one sees the Lord within by meditation as if directly with the eyes. This we can understand from what happened to lotus born Brahma.
So, just wanted to say here that Brahma did not see the Lord physically through his eyes. In the commentary, there is a whole explanation how he came in the heart only, right? After all that tapa, and he spoke knowledge. He actually, it is even mentioned in the one of the Bhagavatam verses somewhere here. Let me see, where even here. Yeah, you read this also, Mataji, so we can understand Sirisha Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Lord Brahma, thus seeing the personality of Godhead in his fullness, was overwhelmed with joy within his heart, and in full transcendental love and ecstasy, his eyes filled with tears. He thus bowed down before the Lord. That is the way of the highest perfection for the living being. And the Lord, seeing Brahma present before him, accepted him as worthy to create living beings to be controlled as the Lord desired. Thus, being very much satisfied with Brahma, the Lord shook hands with him and, slightly smiling, addressed him.
So there is a conversation that's happening in the commentary saying that if we don't get to see the Lord, how will He bless us? How will we touch Him? How will He give us benedictions? So this example is given so that Lord Brahma actually did not see. All this happened in his heart only. He even shook hand in his heart only. So all that, even he blessed him also and he gave the direction. Everything happened in the heart. So he's saying that is all possible by the Lord. So this is an example.
Neeta Mataji, next.
Yes, Mataji. Said that seeing the Lord in person gives joy to devotees, but causes fear and other hard emotions for others, like Duryodhana and Kamsa.
Payal Mataji.
Yes, the beautiful, all opulent form of Lord Narayana, the concentrated essence of supreme bliss, refines the functions of all the senses. Yet the demons like Madhu and Kaitabha, even after seeing the Lord in person, did not lose their evil disposition, distressing to all.
So Pipalayana is is trying to say that by seeing everything will not happen. Only when the heart is purified, when you see through the mind, there is more what connection to the Lord. All the senses actually get purified and they can feel the Lord. He's trying to say, like these demons saw, but there was no use. Like kind of their heart did not change. So point he's making here.
Richa Mataji.
The Supreme Lord, by nature the bestower of ecstasy, creates such unlikely situations to delight his devotees by showing them the greatness of devotional service.
Neeru Mataji.
Of the nine, Mataji?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of the 9 kinds of devotional service, remembrance is the chief. It is an offering of the activity of mind, the most important of all senses.
So in this connection, there is a verse in Bhagavad Gita where 6th chapter, Bandhuratmana Atmanastasya Yenatmaivatmana Chitaha Anantamanas Anatmanastu Shatrutve Varte Tatmaiva Shatruvat. Sorry for the goof up. For him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends, but for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. So the more explanation on mind is given for one who has conquered the mind, it goes on the whole of 6th chapter. So this will be only the mind fixed in meditation can unceasingly offer the Lord that offering which is the most confidential, loving devotional service that follows one's natural taste.
Shri Gaurangi Mataji.
Yes. There is one goal of all disciplines, one highest attainment of all, the one potent means to bring the Supreme Lord under one's control. Only by the mercy of the Lord can it be gained. It is the rare, exclusive treasure of his devotees, a treasure rich with every sort of transcendental ecstasy and sweetness. Its wonderful glories are beyond the power to describe. That attainment is called prema. It arises from special transformations of the functions of the mind.
So he's coming to prema, but he's saying it's all from that mind's platform, then it changes to that prema platform. So he's giving a class now to Gopakumar.
Amritanandani
If
Mataji.
you think that focusing the mind in meditation is too difficult, or if you are eager to see the personality of Godhead to fulfill the purpose of your eyes, then go to Bharatvarsh. There you will find our Lord residing on Gandhamadhan mountain as Narayan, the friend of Nara.
So here he is actually saying, if you're still after saying all this, because he's seeing his face is actually not getting fully happy. Am I muted? No. So yeah. So his face, Gopakumar is hearing, but somehow he still is focused on. He wants to see the Lord, see the Lord, see the Lord. So Pippalaina can read his mind. So he's saying, if you're still not satisfied, you just go down there. Narnarayana Rishi is there. You better be in Bharatvarsha. You're not fit to be in this Tapaloka planet. So he's not being sarcastic, but he's saying, since your inner heart is searching for to see the Lord, so why you go there. This Tapaloka is not the place for that, because those people are constantly seeing the Lord in their heart as they are meditating on the Lord in their samadhi. So yeah.
Gayatri Mataji.
We
Sorry.
devotees of yoga, samadhi, see Lord Naranarayana both within ourselves and without. And so, there being no danger of our suffering pain due to separation from the Lord, he went to Gandhamadana.
So even though the Lord went to Gandhamadana as Naranarayana Rishi, they are not feeling the separation from him, because through the meditation also they are able to see the Lord in their heart. So they are never missing the Lord, like how Gopal Kumar is constantly feeling that he's missing the Lord. He's making that point.
Living there as a guru in the science of weaponry, he dresses as a brahmachari. His hair is matted locks and performs severe austerities as an instruction for the benefit of the world.
Sri Gopkumara said, observing that I was eager to go there, the four brothers headed by Sanak told me, just see, he's right here, and showed me many forms of the Lord.
Now he's going to get very bill, because the Sanaka and Sanatana, those brothers are very merciful, right? Like being the Lord's servants. So he's like, you just want to see, right? Now I'll show you. So they're showing now every form of the Lord right then and there. They all transform into the Lord's form. It's very bewildering, actually.
Lakshmi Mataji is not there. Anita Mataji is not there. Ritu Mataji. Shashikala Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. One brother, is it one brother, Mataji?
Yes,
No.
Mataji.
One brother, Mataji?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. One brother assumed the form of Narayana, another that of Vishnu, another the Lord of sacrifice, and the last assumed several different forms.
Sujana Mataji.
Trembling with fear, I joined my palms, bowed down, and said, I have surely offended you, O kind friends of the fallen. Please forgive me.
Vasantaras Mataji.
They touched my head, and I attained a meditative trance in which I directly saw those various forms of the Lord. And even after I got up from meditating, by the momentum of my trance, I would sometimes behold, as if nearby, those same forms of God.
So he started now seeing them through that heart, like with their hands on his head, his heart became purified. So now he's also able to see the Lord everywhere in and around him. Jai.
Vallabhi Gopi Mataji.
Then my japa easily improved in quality and became more joyful, but my mind was still agitated by thoughts of this sweet land of Raja.
Sirisha Mataji.
Sometimes my chanting and my visualizing of the Lord's various forms would be disrupted when I fell into a state resembling deep sleep.
Even Samadhi was not giving him happiness like the remembrance of Vrajadam. That is the point here.
Neeta Mataji.
Sometimes, right, Mataji?
I would lament.
Oh, okay, sorry. I would lament over this and consider going to, what is this Mataji word?
Neelachala.
Neelachala. Yeah. I would lament over this and consider going to Neelachala. The residents of Tapaloka would console me and ask what I was going through.
Sirisha Mataji. Sorry, Payal Mataji. Sorry.
Hearing my description so full of anguish, the sages would praise my state. I could not understand their praise because I thought what I was going through was a troublesome.
Richa Mataji.
By the power of yoga practice, I would then see the Lord of the universe all around me. I saw him within and without in his various forms, as if he were present everywhere before my eyes.
Meeru Mataji. Meeru Mataji.
Yes, sometimes when Sanaka and his brothers were absorbed in meditation, they would assume those forms of the Lord. Seeing this, I would relish extreme pleasure.
Even when bereft of such encounters, I remained conscious of the Lord's personal forms and so had no reason to lament. In this way, I lived there a long time. For the most part, always happy. One last one.
Once four-headed Brahma came to Tapaloka riding on his swan. He was on his way to Pushkar Dweep to grace his devotees with a visit. In text 121 through 128, Gop Kumar relates how he was convinced to go to Satyalok. He tells how he first got an idea of the glories of Satyaloka by seeing in person that planet's ruler, Lord Brahma. On Pushkar Dweep, within the Bhumandal system, Lord Brahma is worshipped as a representative of the personality of Godhead.
Jai. So from Tapaloka to Brahmaloka, the Satya Loka is going. Hey Krishna. Thank you, Nain Sundari Mataji. Thank you so much. Just that we can understand that even though he keeps on thinking about Neelachala, this journey is going to take us through every realm above, and above. So he's not going to come back. He will only come back after seeing the final destination. He will not come back before that. And this shows us what all we don't know. Like most of us don't even know that order of how many lokas up there, what is that path that is leading up and up. So Gopakumar, along with him, we also get to know and what happens in each of that planet and what kind of meditations they do and how do they see that Lord. All that is so nicely revealed. Otherwise, I don't know if we would ever get to know this secrets. Jai.
Mataji, so the four Kumaras were impersonalists, right? Focusing on the Brahman effulgence of the Lord?
In the mind, they were meditating.
In the mind.
Became devotees, yes. They after they met the Lord, right, in the they go to that Vaikuntha planet and see the Supreme Lord. They change from that Brahman effulgence to the personal worship of the Lord.
So what we are reading now is Brahman effulgence or devotees?
No, devotees. They became devotees. That's how they're able to see the Lord personal form inside their heart. Through the mind meditating. They're not meditating on Brahman effulgence. They're meditating on the personal form of the Lord. So that's how they're saying we are fully happy even though Narnarayan Rishi has gone there. Here, we are able to see him inside through our meditation.
But Mataji, now they've become mystic yogis, right? How they can manifest so many forms of the Lord. So is it not Paramatma realization? Sorry, I'm a bit confused here.
So they have gone beyond that Brahman realization. So they are in the devotional path now. So in the devotional path, they have all kinds of mukti, right? Swarupya mukti, Sarujya mukti and all that. So they have got all that. They can show that themselves, they're able to show like Vishnu even now. The Lord has even given them that kind of mukti. To that level, they have gone. So they are much better than whom all we saw in the drunks. And now we are going to meet somebody, Brahma, who is even better than these 4 Kumaras. And what kind of attainment are these people getting? The blessings from the Lord we can see. So they are devotees. They are meditating. Their main way of communication is meditation, tapasya, and what is that? Samadhi, going into samadhi and meditating the form of the Lord within their heart. And they're able to even show transform their own body into the form of the Lord. Has given them that much of Shakti that they can even show that form of the Lord. I'm
So
not
Mataji,
sure.
so Mataji, so Bhagwan realization only, not
Yes.
Paramatma, no Brahman. Okay.
No, Bhagavan. Yes, Bhagavan. Any more?
Madhuri, I wanted to also, go through what you said last evening. You revised the whole sequence of lokas that he went through. I was trying to make note, but I still missed, and then I tried to
Yes.
replay.
As
but
you
I
say,
think
we will add. As you say, we will add. Yeah. You have.
okay.
Or you want me to say?
So I can say, Madhuri, then maybe you
Yeah.
can add whatever.
Yeah.
So Swargloka he started with, where he saw worship of Vaman Dev, and he also saw that there was envy.
Before
pride.
that, Shaligram Shila.
Okay. Yeah.
Shaligram Shila, then Madhava. The king was doing Madhava, and then was Jagannath Puri, Lord Jagannath. Jagannath, from there, then he went to the Swargaloka, Indra, where it was Vaman Dev.
And then he also saw that envy, pride, jealousy were there. That's why he was not
Yes.
satisfied. Then he went to Maharloka further, where he saw that sacrificial offering. That was Maharloka, right, Madhuri?
Yes.
Sacrificial offerings. And
Yes.
but he also felt that once the Yagneshwar is gone, he felt a deep separation from him, and so his happiness was gone that time. And then when
Yes.
you talked about that annihilation happens, that's when no yagnas happen, and that's where he was feeling so much more separation that he didn't want to be there, because the Lord is not present.
And the heat also, right?
Yes.
Ah.
So it gets heated
They have
with
to run.
annihilation. So that's why he goes to Janaloka.
Yes.
So that's what I've written, Janaloka, not heated during annihilation. What else was there, Mataji, in Janaloka?
Yes, you are right. In Janaloka, Sanat Kumara came.
Okay.
So he was like, oh, somebody very effulgent and all these people are bowing down. So there is something higher then. That's prayer from Janaloka. He now goes to Tapaloka.
Okay, and there when he
Tapaloka,
goes, he sees.
he met Kumaras.
So we saw that today, that everybody was so engrossed in mind meditation on the personal form of the Lord within their mind.
Yes.
And so he increased his chanting there. He became more serious. And then now, what is the last part we covered today?
He heard that Lord Brahma visited, so he was that they all bowed down to Brahma.
And plus in this one, the point that is stressed more is like why he wants to see with his eyes, and the Muni is talking that instead of the eyes, focus on the mind, because prema starts from the mind level.
So that is true, Mataji. I mean, for us, we should also think that way.
Purification, yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's how that 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita explains a lot about the mind. That's how I also went and read, is that applicable for us? Then I understood how the Lord says all this chanting is to purify the heart and the mind. Only then, and just by seeing, like we see darshan every time, but if it is not purified, if the heart is not purified, like heart and mind, you can see like one or the other. So if it is not purified, we are not able to perceive the Lord, his presence, because the heart is not purified, and the chanting is to purify that process.
Got it. Thank you so much. This is very clear. Thank you.
This is actually getting intense as it's going, nice and intense.
Mataji, I have a question.
Actually,
yes, please go.
Sorry, Mataji. Actually, he went from Tapolok to Satyalok, right, Mataji? Or Brahma came to visit him in Tapolok?
Brahma came to visit him in Tapalok.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mataji.
He doesn't even know there is a Brahmalok. He doesn't even know that there is a Satyalok. He doesn't know any of these planets. People are coming, visiting. That's the Sangha that's helping the Sangha, and his mantra. By the Sangha, he gets to know there is another destination, and with his mantra, he flies there.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mataji.
And it's also mentioned in the... Yes.
Satyaloka and Brahmaloka are the same?
Yes, yes. Satyaloka is the place where Lord Brahma is. That's how it's called Brahmaloka also. Another name.
Mataji, seeing in mind means like how we are dreaming while you are sleeping. That's how we can see Lord. Not like that.
No. Imagine when you're sitting in a class and when the speaker is speaking, you go into that class and through that class you get visualized.
Yes, yes.
Visualize the whole, like a movie running when Maharaj is giving class, you can see Mahaprabhu's pastime, or when
Yes, yes.
Prabhu is speaking. That is when you're actually purified, kind of because of the speaker's purity, we get purified and we are able to see that pastime coming in front of us.
So that's how we can see it, Lord. Okay.
It's not imagining.
So that's how we can connect it to us, to the Lord.
Yes.
Not like a physically seeing. Okay.
Actually, you will feel more happiness than physically seeing. That is what the Lana is making a point. If we go and like we all have experience. We have gone all to Vrindavan without the yatra, just like that, like visit. But we felt very miserable. Like I felt very miserable. But when we go to yatra and when we hear from Maharaj and in that sangha, then that dham is actually suddenly something is visible which we didn't see when we came by ourselves.
Maybe that's why the gopis are much more higher than Krishna's own prince, like wives, right?
Yeah. That's how we are going to go now. We all these devotees are higher. It's going. How higher it can go, we don't know. So it's going to keep going like.
Mataji, so in the at the mental level and the physical, like personal level, both goes together, because if we worship only with mental level, as he was not satisfied, right? Because there is no personal loving exchange, so that's why he wanted to go higher.
That is the secret. Then there is no, that is in a sense secret and not a secret. The mantra, the Madan Gopal mantra, is not letting him be at peace because it wants to give him the highest. Like our Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is not meant to get us green card. It is meant to take us to Golok Dham. So it won't let us be happy with what we have now.
Yeah, as you mentioned that it applies to us, so that's why I got like little bit confused.
Yeah, the mantra is so powerful. The mantra is so powerful that it will not let him be contented with what he has got. It is taking him every planet. The Lord was facilitating him to be Indra, him to meet. He is also facilitating all these processes. Without his intervention, he cannot travel. What is mantra? The Lord himself. Madan Gopal personally is taking him. Mantra is not, the name is not different from the Lord. So he is taking through the sound vibration. There is a class by Urmila Mataji, if you people Google up, on how this whole manifestation happened because of sound vibration. So that's how many temples, many places they worship Om, the Omkara, the sound manifestation of the Lord. So she gave a very short but a powerful class on what is the sound manifestation of the Lord. So when in that she explains how the holy name is not different from Krishna, how that sound vibration is the Lord, how he can actually get into that and manifest all his holy name, pastimes, dham, everything in that sound. So Madan Gopal mantra, being non-different from Madan Gopal, will take him to Madan Gopal and not anywhere else.
So Mataji, it can be understood in such a way that we are chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and we are thinking that it's not non-different from Krishna, but at the same time we are longing for his personal association, right? So right now we are right now we are working on purify our mind, but our goal is to reach higher in personal loving exchange, right? In serving him personally.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, that's how there was one pastime where there was a Shaligram Shila, the first Shaligram Shila that ISKCON got. And many people were saying, one was saying this is Dev Shaligram Shila, somebody was saying Gopal, somebody was saying this is Narayan Shila. Everybody was giving their own thing to Jananivas Prabhu in Mayapur. And Prabhupada sent a flute and he said, he's Krishna. Whatever others say, I don't care. For us, it is all that he is Krishna, that's all. So Prabhupada wants us to be focused on Krishna and no other forms also. Like I think Yugal Kishore Prabhu is also mentioning how we should not focus on Narayan, Vishnu, and other forms of the Lord, but just that Supreme Gopinath, Gopijana Vallabha, which is a gradual process. Yeah.